Iran's streets are on edge as mass protests erupt over a collapsing economy and soaring prices across the country. In response, Iranian officials have threatened protesters with the death penalty, signaling a brutal crackdown as unrest spreads from Tehran to major cities. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warned that what he called vandalism and foreign-backed plots will not be tolerated by the state. He accused demonstrators of acting as mercenaries for outside powers, escalating fears that security forces will respond with deadly force. State television showed crowds chanting anti-American slogans as Khamenei dismissed U.S. President Donald Trump as having blood on his hands. Iranian media also labeled protesters as terrorists, a term often used to justify violent crackdowns and mass arrests. Iran's judiciary chief Gholam Hossein Mohseni vowed that punishment for protesters will be decisive, maximum, and without any legal leniency. Iran's government responded by cutting internet and phone service, isolating the country from the outside world. Despite the blackout, videos emerged showing protesters chanting against the regime and lighting bonfires in city streets. Trump has pledged support for peaceful demonstrators and warned of consequences if Iran kills those in the streets. Iranian authorities claim that foreign agents are behind the unrest, while activists say it is driven by crushing living costs. The protests began after Iran's currency plunged to record lows, worsening an already painful cost of living crisis.
They were actively engaged in widespread destruction, causing immense damage and chaos, solely for the purpose of appeasing and gratifying the individual who held the highest position in American foreign affairs. This was because this prominent figure had previously uttered a completely unfounded and utterly irrelevant statement declaring that if the Iranian government were to undertake specific actions or policies, he would personally intervene and provide unwavering support to certain factions or outcomes, thereby inciting these destructive behaviors. These disruptive rioters and genuinely harmful individuals, just because these disruptive rioters and truly harmful people within the country, their fervent hopes are entirely pinned on him. If he is indeed capable, then he should absolutely be allowed to fix his very own country. In his own country, there are so many significant incidents and pressing problems constantly happening, causing widespread concern. His hands are stained with the blood of more than 1,000 Iranians. In the 12-day war, over 1,000 of our compatriots, aside from commanders, scientists, and prominent figures, ordinary people were martyred. This person said, "I gave the orders, I commanded during the war." After a period of intense internal deliberation and the undeniable weight of his conscience, he ultimately decided to reveal the truth. With a sense of profound relief and a quiet yet firm resolve, he confessed himself fully and without reservation, acknowledging his involvement in the matter. This significant admission marked a turning point as he laid bare the details of his actions and the circumstances that led to them, finally unburdening himself of the secrets he had carried. Everyone should know and fully understand that the Islamic Republic, a truly sovereign and independent nation, came to power through the immense sacrifice and precious blood of several 100,000 honorable, courageous, and dedicated people. And it will absolutely not back down or yield in the face of those who threaten the very existence and foundational principles of the Islamic Republic. It will absolutely not tolerate serving foreign interests or agendas, no matter who you truly are. If you become a mercenary for foreign powers, if you actively work for outsiders against the very nation itself, then there will be severe consequences. It does not tolerate serving foreign interests, no matter who you are. If you become a mercenary for foreigners, if you work for outsiders, the nation rejects you, and the Islamic system also rejects you. This applies to those people, that guy. Consider the individual who sits there, so arrogantly and with such profound pride, constantly passing harsh judgment upon the entire world, without any true understanding or empathy. That guy who sits there arrogantly and pridefully passing judgment on the whole world, he should also know that usually the world's tyrants and oppressors like Pharaoh, Nimrod, Reza Khan, and all the Rezas and their ilk, when they were at the height of their arrogance, they were overthrown.
Fellow countrymen, over the past few days I have closely followed your protests and marches, especially today in the Tehran Bazaar. Despite the regime's repression, your perseverance is admirable. And you have surely noticed that the crowd's density forces the security forces to retreat and increases the likelihood of defections to your side. Therefore, it is important to maintain this discipline and breadth. Today, I am sharing my first call to action with you, and I invite you all to start chanting slogans this Thursday and Friday, the 18th and 19th of Day, at exactly 8 p.m., whether in the streets or even from your own homes. As a result of the feedback from these actions, I will announce the next calls to action to you.